finally, ma'am, we'd like to know, given the fact that a policeman or a policewoman cannot be at every scene at every point of time where a potential crime can occur, the state is too large, the population itself is growing rapidly. What is the kind of cooperation that you would want from, say, corporates or citizens so that the police can be helped to do a better job and a more effective job?
This is a very good question because as the Chief of Fire and Emergency Services, I find that even when a fire happens or even if the recent air crash in Mangalore, the operatives, the functionaries cannot be isolated and be working. We had a lot of home guards, civil defense, those two voluntary organizations of the government also I had. Those people, those people are drawn from the citizen, yes, and they are trained. But even the people who are not trained to be responding to emergencies, like for example doctors, they all can come in. Doctors, we needed in the recent air crash, just to take an example, we needed earth movers. We have shovels and cutters and things like that, but we needed more. And these are with builders and other industrial people. So in times of disaster, even food, water, these were supplied by the citizens. Plus the hotel keepers, they just brought, some people just joined together and then brought packed food, because people are working there from morning till night, till all the 160 dead bodies were retrieved, for example. And they were onlookers, but they were all the citizens, even people who are untrained, were also helping. Because it was an emotional situation where a plane had crashed, exploded and crashed, and there was bodies all over, and everybody wanted to help. And at that time, the corporates, they can support with their infrastructure. Yes. They have security staff, they have fire people, yes, they have fire engines, they have water facilities, they have implements, whatever is the speciality. They have people who can man the temporary control room, help manning the temporary control room, communications, they have got telephones, they can communicate what are the requirements here, and then they can reach more help, supplement the help. So the citizens can help in many different ways, from helping the police, fire and emergency service through the structured civil defense and home guards, and also as untrained, but also in all these other ways, so that the impact is mitigated. In Mangalore, the IMA, we had just conducted the IMA through the civil defense, and 15 doctors with 4 ambulances had reached the spot along with the fire engine before even the hospitals could move and come there, even before the rest of the administration could put the machinery in place. And MRPL, you asked about the industries, MRPL, Port Trust, and all the industries close by, they all provided their trained staff and the facilities that are available with them. But logically, but on systematically and on an ongoing basis, if the captains of industry could think of securing their own industry and having a crisis management plan for themselves, and also can help the outlying civil population in creating a security consciousness, and also supporting them in that education related to security, I think that would be a great help. They have also been supplementing us with equipment and buildings. We have 4 fire stations given by industry, corporates. Yes, Infosys is building is finishing fire station and quarters in Mysore. The Electronic City had given a fire station in Electronic City earlier. Then some builders have gotten together and had given us a fire station in Hebal. And these are all state-of-the-art fire stations, because they enjoy being useful to society and to the department. And they just ask us for our requirement. And each of these stations is a pleasure to visit, because it is so well equipped and the architecture is so pleasing and so different from the government structures. In Mysore, the Infosys is giving a totally furnished fashion and also totally furnished houses with fridge and washing machine and beds and bed sheets and everything. It's a delight for the department, and also I think that they are doing it out of joy. We haven't asked. As a matter of fact, I'm worried that the other places also they will ask for these facilities. But then, like this, if the corporate could respond, be sensitive. In fact, here the Electronic City, the Infosys and others, Mr. Mohan Das Pai, they are coming forward to give us high value equipment. They are coming forward to help us with setting up of a control room. Accenture, TCS, they are coming forward with softwares. So there are 100 different ways the corporate can step in, and as part of their CSR or otherwise help the community and the government, the functionaries, to be more effective in responding to any event.
So that means, ma'am, suppose there's an emergency right now, this will be the last question. Is it possible for us to have a framework where you certainly issue some instruction that these things are required and people, the corporates in that geographical location can rush them in? Is it possible?
Sure, yes, that can be done very, very easily. If we know who are the people who are willing to just plug into the system, and we can just draw up the doctrine and protocol and can lay it out.
So all our viewers, our industry viewers, our power station people, our oil and gas people, captains of industry in software and other infrastructure sectors, we now understand we have a lot of equipment because we have in the oil and gas sector and the power sector such critical situations ourselves. So fire engines, etc., are required by our own staff, etc. And our own disaster management, the helicopters that industry uses, etc., these can be used. So the idea is now to evolve a mechanism where if the police requires it, we'll have one central authority, we'll know which geographical location to reach within what time, and that can be done. And we look forward to your cooperation.
What are the resources? If we have the resource data of the resources available in that area, in a centralized data bank kind of a thing, and of people who are willing to supplement the resources available with the government, it would be really, really